Commander Elias Kale had traveled across countless stars, visited worlds that shimmered with colors he had never imagined, and met species whose forms made him question the limits of life. Yet nothing had prepared him for the human colony on Tethera 9. The planet was a rugged place, with jagged cliffs, endless deserts of red sand, and skies that burned with a pale golden sun. Yet, among the alien settlements, humans had built a thriving community. Small structures of metal and stone jutted from the land, surrounded by fields of engineered crops and clear domes that captured sunlight. Elias had come to Tethera 9 to strengthen relations with the aliens and to investigate unusual energy readings coming from ruins in the nearby valleys. The colony hall buzzed with life. Aliens of every shape and size mingled with humans. Some floated, some walked on multiple legs. Some had eyes that seemed to see not just the present but echoes of the past. The humans moved among them, often underestimated, yet there was a confidence in their presence. Elias had long known humans were underestimated, but underestimated in ways that were dangerous for anyone ignoring them. He entered the hall quietly, scanning the crowd. His eyes fell on a woman standing near the central fountain. She was human, slender, with dark hair that framed a face of sharp determination. But it wasn't her appearance that caught his attention. It was the quiet authority in her posture, the way the crowd, human and alien alike, gave her space as if some invisible shield surrounded her. Elias approached, curious. "Good evening," he said, extending his hand. "I am Commander Elias Kale. It's an honor to meet you." The woman's gaze met his. Her eyes were a striking green, steady and unflinching. Then she placed her hand lightly over his, stopping him. Her voice was calm but firm. "Only my husband may hold me." Elias froze. There was no hostility, no fear, only certainty. Around them the aliens paused, some tilting their heads, clearly unfamiliar with such behavior. Whispers spread. "Only your husband may hold you?" Elias repeated. His voice was careful, measured. "I didn't mean—" "You didn't mean anything," she said softly, stepping back. "But there are rules here. Rules that matter." He studied her, curiosity sharp. There was a weight behind her words, something beyond social custom. He could feel it like an energy that hummed faintly in the air. Humans often had traditions that seemed simple, sometimes quaint to outsiders. But this felt different. "Almost vital, my husband?" he asked carefully. "He is?" The woman shook her head. "Missing." The words hit him in a way he didn't expect. The room seemed to hold its breath. Whispers turned into murmurs. Missing expeditions were not uncommon on Tethera 9, but rarely did they carry such significance. And yet the woman's certainty made it clear. This was no ordinary absence. Something about her, about the way she carried herself, suggested that whatever had taken her husband or wherever he had gone, it had also given her power, or a responsibility that humans alone could understand. "I'm Commander Elias Kale," he said again, deciding to change approach. "I'm here to investigate the ruins nearby. Perhaps your husband—" He hesitated. Was he exploring them? The woman's eyes narrowed slightly, not with suspicion but with recognition. "Yes," she said. He went to the ruins. "And now?" Her voice faltered, just for a moment before regaining its calmness. "Now I protect what he discovered. What humans alone can protect." Elias felt a chill. Humans were known for courage, for adaptability, for surprising resilience. But this hinted at something more. Something the aliens, with all their technology and knowledge, could not touch or understand. "What do you mean?" he asked, stepping closer, careful to keep his hands at his sides. "The ruins respond to humans," she said. "Not aliens. Only humans. They respond to bonds, the trust and loyalty we hold. Our connections can awaken what is buried there, but only if we respect the rules. Only if we honor them." Elias felt the pull of curiosity stronger than caution. Ancient ruins that responded only to human emotion? That could explain the strange energy readings he had detected. His mind raced with possibilities. But he also understood the danger. To tamper without understanding could destroy everything. Or worse. Around them, aliens continued their conversations, but a few watched closely. Some looked puzzled, others wary. None understood what made humans special, but they sensed it. Humans had a spark that even the most advanced technology could not replicate. "I see," he said carefully. Then you are the protector of this secret? She inclined her head slightly. Protector, yes. And one day perhaps the finder. Whoever understands humans best may survive the ruins. Elias frowned. And your husband? He went first. He believed he could control it alone. Humans sometimes overestimate their strength, she said. A faint smile touching her lips. I do not. I wait. I prepare. I protect. And I tell others, respect what humans alone can do. Her words lingered in the air, heavy with meaning. Elias realized something profound. Humans were not just another species in this galaxy. They had qualities that others could not replicate. Empathy, loyalty, courage, and now, apparently, a mysterious ability to interact with ancient technology in ways aliens could never. He studied her for a long moment, weighing his next words. I wish to understand, he said finally. Not to take, not to interfere, but to learn, perhaps. I can help? She looked at him, green eyes steady. Help comes in respect, not touch. Respect and understanding. If you come to the ruins, you follow the rules. Nothing more. Elias nodded. I understand. For a moment, the tension eased. He realized that he was standing before something rare. A human who carried responsibility like a shield, who understood her limits, yet also the potential of her species. He wondered if aliens ever realized that humans were underestimated, not because they were weak, but because they were unpredictable, resilient, adaptable, and bonded in ways no other species could replicate. The hall's chatter slowly resumed. Aliens laughed, gestured, and mingled. Humans moved through it with quiet assurance. But Elias's mind remained on the woman, on her words, and on the energy readings that pulsed faintly beneath the colony's surface. After the gathering, he stepped outside. The desert wind whipped against his uniform, carrying the scent of red sand and metallic stone. He looked toward the horizon, toward the ruins in the distance. Somewhere there, the mystery of the colony and the secret of humans awaited. Elias knew one thing clearly. He would not touch what was forbidden. But he would learn, and he would see the power of humanity revealed, not through force, but through loyalty, courage, and understanding. That night, he lay in his quarters aboard the colony's small orbital station, reviewing data and records. He thought about the woman, about her husband, and about the strange resonance in the ruins. Humans had survived the galaxy for millennia. He reflected, not because they were the strongest, but because they were clever, resourceful, and bonded in ways the galaxy had yet to measure. And now, on this distant planet, humans were about to prove it in a way no alien had ever anticipated. Outside, Tethera 9's twin moons rose, casting pale silver light across the jagged landscape. Somewhere in the darkness, the ruins waited alive in ways only humans could awaken. And somewhere, Leora Saren, the woman who had stopped his hand, held the key, protected by love, loyalty, and an unshakable belief that some bonds were stronger than any technology. Elias closed his eyes, determined. He would respect the rules, but he would not shy away from what humans alone could achieve. And he knew deep down that when the time came, the galaxy would be forced to notice just how extraordinary humanity could be. The morning sun rose over Tethera 9, bathing the red sands in a golden glow. Commander Elias Kale stood at the edge of the colony, looking toward the ruins that had drawn him across the stars. The jagged stone formations rose like broken teeth from the desert floor, ancient and silent, yet humming faintly with an energy that no alien technology had fully explained. Beside him, Leora Saren waited. She moved with quiet confidence, her green eyes scanning the horizon. Though her husband had been missing for weeks, she carried herself as if she held the weight of a secret too powerful for anyone to touch. Elias felt a mixture of curiosity and respect. You understand the rules, she said. We enter, but we touch nothing without reason. We speak when needed. We do not assume. Humans alone can awaken what lies inside. Elias nodded. I understand. They stepped into the desert, the wind carrying fine dust across the rocky ground. The ruins were closer now, and Elias could feel the energy pulsing faintly, almost like a heartbeat. It reacted to his presence, but differently than it did to Leora's. A subtle vibration ran through the soles of his boots, a reminder that humans alone could connect with it fully. Why humans? Elias asked quietly as they walked. Why does it respond to bonds, loyalty, and trust? Leora glanced at him. It is older than any alien civilization here. The builders wanted someone unpredictable, someone capable of choice, empathy, and courage. Aliens, they calculate, they reason, they follow patterns. But humans? She smiled faintly. We act because we care, because we bond. That is why the ruins awaken only for us. Elias felt a shiver run down his spine. The idea was incredible. Humans, fragile in the eyes of most civilizations, held a power no one else could wield. Not through machines, not through force, not through technology. Just themselves. As they approached the first chamber of the ruins, the walls shimmered faintly. Ancient symbols pulsed with light, responding to their human presence. Aliens, Elias had read in the colony's archives, had attempted to explore this site before. None had returned, or if they did, they came back changed, frightened, unable to describe what they had seen. Leora stopped before a tall archway, her hand hovering over the stone. The energy here, she said, is unstable. It reacts to intentions. It can be dangerous if approached incorrectly. Only someone with a true bond like a husband and wife can enter the deeper chambers safely. Elias studied her. So your husband was the first? Yes. Her voice was steady, but a flicker of fear crossed her eyes. He tried to control it alone. Humans must work together. Alone we are fragile, but together we are more than any technology, any alien force can predict. The chamber's air shimmered as they stepped inside. Elias could feel it now, the strange resonance pulsing with an energy that seemed alive. It reacted to his heartbeat, his breath, his thoughts, but not fully. Only when he glanced at Leora did he sense the true strength of the ruins. Her presence, her intent, her loyalty to her missing husband. It made the energy stabilize. Calm and respond predictably. They moved deeper, corridors twisting and turning, lit by symbols that glowed brighter with every step. Occasionally, Leora touched the walls lightly, whispering words in human languages older than the colony itself. The symbols pulsed brighter as if recognizing her understanding. Suddenly, a tremor ran through the ruins. Dust fell from the ceiling. Elias steadied himself, heart pounding. The energy is unstable, Leora warned. It reacts to our fear, our hesitation. Focus, or it will collapse. Elias realized then the true danger. This was no ordinary structure. This was alive in its own way. It responded to human emotions, not just their presence. And it had a mind, ancient, patient, waiting for the right humans to unlock it. As they reached the central chamber, the ruins' energy surged. Holographic images of stars, worlds, and strange structures appeared in the air. They shifted and rotated, forming patterns that no alien or human technology had ever produced. The chamber pulsed, and Elias felt a strange warmth in his chest, as if the ruins were testing him, testing them. Your husband, Elias said cautiously. Did he reach this chamber? Leora nodded. He tried. But the ruins require something more than strength or courage. They require trust between humans, bonded humans. Her eyes met his. He was alone. I am alone now, and I cannot reach the next level without him. Elias looked at the symbols, the pulsing energy, and the shifting holograms. He understood now. Humans had a unique ability to create bonds so strong that even ancient alien technology recognized and responded to them. He had read about human empathy and loyalty in theory, but this was proof. Humans were not just fragile creatures. They were keys, connectors, and stabilizers in a universe that often misjudged them. A sudden vibration shook the chamber. A panel of symbols slid open, revealing a narrow passage. Leora stepped forward, hesitation in her eyes. This is the next chamber, she said. It reacts to intention and trust. If anyone unworthy enters, it can destroy everything. Elias stepped beside her. Then we wait for him. Your husband. You don't go alone. Leora shook her head slightly. I cannot wait. The energy is rising. If we do not act, the ruins may collapse, and what humans alone can awaken will be lost forever. Her words carried urgency. Elias knew he had to act carefully. He had to respect the rules, yet also help unlock what humans alone could achieve. Together, they moved into the passage. The energy shifted, responding to their synchronized steps. Elias felt it in his chest, in his mind, in his very being. The ruins resonated with human thought and bond. Then, a faint figure appeared ahead. It shimmered like a mirage. Elias squinted, trying to focus. And then he recognized the unmistakable shape of a human, tall, worn, but alive. Her husband. Leora gasped softly, and the energy in the chamber surged again, brighter this time, stabilizing around him. The ruins recognized the bond. Elias stepped back, awestruck. He had seen humans adapt, survive, and thrive. But this was different. Humans alone could awaken the ruins, stabilize its energy, and survive where no alien could. The husband, his face lined from weeks in the ruins, reached for Leora. She smiled, placing her hand in his. The chamber pulsed in response, symbols glowing brighter, corridors stabilizing. Together they moved deeper, unlocking pathways that no one had walked for millennia. Elias followed at a safe distance, marveling. The ruins were alive, yes, but humans were alive in ways even the ruins recognized. Trust, loyalty, empathy, they were keys. And together, the bonded humans unlocked secrets the galaxy had never seen. Hours passed. The central chamber revealed a strange device humming with a low, steady pulse. Leora's husband approached it, and the energy reacted instantly. Symbols shifted, and a holographic map of distant star systems appeared, along with records of civilizations long gone. Humans could interpret it, humans alone. Aliens would never understand. "This is incredible," Elias whispered. "Humans, they can do what no one else can." Leora nodded. "We are underestimated," she said softly. "But here in the ruins we prove that our loyalty, our courage, and our bonds are more than just feelings. They are power. Real power." The husband smiled at her, and together they activated the device fully. Light poured through the chamber, illuminating walls covered with symbols that now seemed to speak in human patterns. The energy was stable, harmonious. Humans had awakened it, humans alone. Elias felt a sense of awe he could not describe. He had always known humans were resilient, clever, and adaptable. But humans were extraordinary, not because of strength, technology, or weapons, but because of their hearts, their bonds, and their willingness to act together. The chamber pulsed one last time, then quieted. The energy now seemed like a dormant river, waiting for humans to guide it, to awaken it again. Leora turned to Elias. "You see now," she said, "humans are more than others believe. We survive, we adapt, we awaken what others cannot. And we protect it always." Elias nodded, humbled. "I see it. And the galaxy? We'll never underestimate humanity again." Outside the ruins, the sun had begun to set, painting Tethera 9's deserts in deep crimson. The colony would never know what had occurred today. Aliens would speculate. But Elias knew the truth. Humans, underestimated and often dismissed, held the key to something greater, a power the galaxy could neither predict nor control. The ruins were quiet now, but the air still hummed faintly with power. The chamber had settled, glowing symbols casting a soft light across walls that had remained untouched for millennia. Commander Elias Kyle watched in awe as Leora Saren and her husband, Calith, stood hand in the center, their presence stabilizing the ancient energy. "Together," Leora said softly, looking at her husband, "only together can humans awaken what the galaxy does not understand." Elias could feel the resonance himself. The ruins no longer reacted only faintly. They responded fully, completely, as if recognizing the unity of human bond. Every pulse of energy, every shift in the symbols celebrated their connection. This was not technology as he knew it. It was something alive, something that tested the worth of humans and found them extraordinary. Calith stepped forward, his eyes scanning the strange panels of light. The map shows star systems, civilizations, and records of humans who have passed but left something behind. It's a guide only humans can follow. Elias realized immediately the implications. Aliens could try to mimic it, use tools or machines, but they would fail. The ruins tested intent, emotion, loyalty, and courage. Only humans bonded and willing could interact with it safely. And today, these two humans had proven it. "The energy is stable," Leora said, exhaling slowly. "It responds fully. Nothing will collapse now." Yet Elias knew the danger wasn't over. Ancient systems like this did not forgive mistakes lightly. A misstep, a moment of doubt, and the ruins could react violently. He stayed back, careful not to interfere, watching the humans move with precise trust. Every gesture, every glance between them communicated understanding. Humans did not need words. Their bond was enough. "This is incredible," Elias whispered to himself. "Humans, they are more than any alien species could imagine." Leora turned to him. It's not just strength or intelligence or technology. It is loyalty, courage, and trust. These are our weapons, our tools, our keys. Elias nodded, humbled. He had seen many species, many forms of intelligence, but none had this power. It was quiet, subtle, but unstoppable. Humans could adapt, unite, and create solutions in ways the galaxy could never predict. As they worked together in the central chamber, the ruins responded further, opening additional pathways. Holographic symbols shifted, revealing knowledge and technologies lost to time. Some of it was alien in origin, but the systems were incomplete, requiring human insight to operate fully. Every puzzle, every mechanism recognized human reasoning combined with empathy. Kalith and Leora approached a large device, its surface engraved with alien symbols. As they placed their hands on it together, the chamber pulsed brighter. Light spread outward, forming intricate patterns across the floor, walls, and ceiling. The device activated fully, responding to the combined presence of humans who trusted each other completely. Elias stepped back, awestruck. He had studied humans, trained alongside them, and even commanded them in difficult situations, but humans were extraordinary. Not because of weapons, speed, or tools, but because of their hearts, the ruins. They were designed to test humans, Kalith said. They wanted us to prove ourselves, to show that we could work together, even under pressure. And humans are stronger, more capable, and more resilient than any alien could calculate. Leora smiled at him and then at Elias. You've seen it too. The galaxy will not believe it until they witness it firsthand. But now we have proof. Proof that humans are not fragile. They are extraordinary. The chamber pulsed one last time, settling into a calm rhythm. Holographic pathways formed, leading to star systems that humans had never explored. Data, knowledge, and history flowed through the ruins, waiting for those who could understand it. Aliens could touch it, but it would remain incomprehensible to them. Only humans could access it fully, unlock its secrets, and use it wisely. Elias finally stepped closer. You've done something incredible. The galaxy will never underestimate humanity again. Kalith laughed softly, shaking his head. They already do. But that is fine. Let them underestimate us. They have no idea what humans are capable of when we act together, when we trust each other. Leora's hand squeezed Kalith's. We act with love, loyalty, and courage. That is our strength. That is what makes humans. Elias felt a warmth spread in his chest. He realized the truth. Humans were not the strongest, the fastest, or the most technologically advanced species, but they were the most adaptable, the most courageous, and the most capable of creating change through unity. The ruins themselves had confirmed it. Suddenly, the floor beneath them shifted. A new pathway opened, revealing a room filled with alien artifacts and devices. Symbols etched into the walls glowed in response to human presence. Elias saw immediately. The ruins had prepared this for humans to test, teach, and reward them. This, Leora whispered, stepping inside carefully, is the Chamber of Knowledge. We can learn from it. Humans alone can interpret it safely. Aliens could destroy it without meaning to. Only humans can unlock its purpose, Kalith nodded. And we will protect it. Humans are not just explorers or survivors. We are guardians. This knowledge, it is our responsibility. Elias watched them carefully. Their courage was extraordinary. Their loyalty to each other and to humanity was more than anyone could have predicted. The ruins had been a test, and humans had passed in ways even the builders had not fully anticipated. Hours passed as Leora and Kalith explored the chamber, interacting with alien devices that hummed, shimmered, and responded to their touch. Symbols rearranged themselves, pathways formed, and knowledge flowed. The ruins were alive, but only humans could awaken their true potential. Elias realized then what humans truly were, a species underestimated not for weakness, but for unpredictability. Humans had empathy, courage, and loyalty, qualities no alien could replicate fully. They were keys to mysteries the galaxy had long forgotten. Finally, Leora turned to Elias, her eyes shining with quiet pride. You've seen it now. Humans are not fragile. We are not weak. We are extraordinary because we act together, because we trust, and because we love. That is our power. Elias nodded, feeling a deep respect for the humans before him. I understand now, and I will make sure the galaxy sees it too. Humans are remarkable, Kalith smiled. Let them underestimate us. That only makes the surprise greater. One day, when the galaxy truly understands humans, they will realize that loyalty, courage, and unity are far stronger than any weapon or technology. Outside the ruins, the sky had turned deep violet, and Tethera 9's twin moons cast pale light across the desert. The colony would continue its life, unaware of what had transpired deep within the ruins. But Elias knew the truth. Humans had unlocked something no alien could, proving that their greatest strength was not physical, not technological, but the heart itself. As Leora and Calith left the ruins, hand in hand, Elias followed at a respectful distance. He watched them disappear into the golden desert light, knowing that the galaxy would soon have to recognize what humans had already proven. The ruins had tested them, challenged them, and rewarded them. But more importantly, it had shown that humans, bonded, courageous, and loyal, were capable of shaping the future in ways the galaxy could never predict. Elias felt hope, awe, and determination. Humans were not just survivors. They were explorers, protectors, and catalysts for change. And now, he understood why the galaxy had underestimated them for so long. It had never imagined the strength that lived in the human heart. And as he looked up at the shimmering night sky, filled with distant stars and possibilities, he knew one thing clearly. Humanity had arrived, not just as another species in the galaxy, but as a force of loyalty, courage, and unity that would change everything. The ruins had been awakened, and so had the galaxy's understanding of humans.